Hey friends, Westlake here. I'm here with Andy from All Claire, and we're going to talk about universal in-ears, custom molded in-ears. Andy, I feel like a question that I get asked a lot, I'm sure you working at All Claire, is just what are the benefits of universals? What are the cons of universal? What's the pluses and minuses of custom? So I would love just like, give me the pluses and minuses of universals.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the benefits of customs. Just like give me the hit list.
So, okay, let's start with universals.
Great.
A pro of universals is they can be more affordable.
Great.
They are great for teams, right? You throw 5 or 6 in a drawer because inevitably your drummer, someone is going to forget their in-ears when they show up on Sunday.
Guilty.
They're going to need to borrow a set. Something's going to break. You know, every church should have a few in their drawer, and they can share among everybody. You can get them pretty easily, right? They're off the shelf. You get them from, Sweetwater or whoever.
Yeah.
You can just get a set. So there are some good benefits. It's also great as you're just learning, especially if your church is moving into personal monitors and they let you borrow a set of in-ears, which every church should have a few, custom universals. You're learning what you like, what works well for you. And you might use them for a little bit and realize, man, I need more bass than these can give me. I've got some distortion, because the kick is just distorting where it just feels all scrunchy. So now I know maybe it's time to move on to something else. They definitely have a place. We make some universals for that very reason. A backup is great. If you have some customs, every person who's on tour should have backups.
Yes.
And whether that's a custom or not, universal is sometimes a great way.
Sure.
And you can kind of be the guy on the bus who's got a number of
there's
backups.
A guy on our worship team here with us that like he always has an extra pair in his backpack in case somebody forgets theirs or somebody's break.
And then he's the guy.
And he's the guy.
He's the man.
So they're helpful because if you've not used them before, you can learn how to use in-ears. Yep. They can be swapped between people, so not everybody has to spend money.
Keep tips.
Keep
multiple
interchangeable tips because I don't need to be sharing earwax with people. And then they can work. Like if you're not doing this all the time, week in, week out, and maybe you don't need to spend the money that customs would have, but that can be a personal decision.
Yeah.
Okay, so talk to me then about, we've made the decision to move into customs.
Right.
What are the pluses? What are the minuses?
So I'll just get the minus out of the way. Sometimes they take time to make, right? They are a custom product.
Yeah.
You do have to get a mold made. You have to go to an audiologist to get it done. So those are kind of the two drawbacks. But when you move into the pros, the list is so much better. One is you aren't sharing earwax with the rest of the team.
It's good.
But a custom will go deeper into your ear canal, so they're safer for you to use
because you can
long-term.
listen quieter.
You can listen quieter.
Yeah.
A custom allows you to. A custom fit is not just custom made for your ears, but you're getting a model that's more tailored to what your instrument is.
Yeah.
So if you're a drummer or a bass player, you can get one that's tailored for that, whereas a universal is also universal in sound.
Right. It'd be the same reason that you plug an electric guitar into a guitar amp and a bass into a bass amp.
Yes.
It's like different speakers, different kind of things.
Exactly.
They accomplish that task better.
Yeah. And, we'll talk more about drivers, but there are so many different kinds of drivers. If something has like 2 drivers, that doesn't mean that they both have the same drivers in them, right? It's just like a bass amp. You can have big ones, you can have small ones. And so it just allows you to get the sound that's perfect for you. They're safer to use for long term. Like we mentioned, they get a little closer to your eardrum. And another reason, especially if you're a church or you're a worship leader or a tech, to move to customs and have everybody put a little skin in the game, is they will take better care of them.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I've definitely taken care of mine since I've bought them. Gosh, that's so helpful. I think like the thing for me just going like, oh, it's not just that it fits in my ear and that it looks cool and that it sounds better, but it's like it's not just that it custom fits, but it's that when I've gotten used to how to mix my ears and what I want it to sound like, I'm going to run into the limits of a universal much quicker than a custom. And if somebody's new to in-ears, then they don't need to necessarily go get the custom thing to get started.
It's a great starting point. You learn what works for you, and then move to customs.
Yeah.
And you may find that you don't actually ever need to.
Right.
But there are some signs. Some people can't use a universal. You'll watch them You try to put them in, they don't fit with the anatomy. You know, all our ear, I've done thousands of impressions, and every ear is so uniquely different. Sometimes you take out an impression, you say, oh, universals don't work with you, do they? No, they always fall out. I can't get them to fit right. I have to fight them on stage. Those are good signs that it's time for a custom.
Gosh, that's so helpful. Well, friends, hope this video has been helpful to you. We're going to do a lot of other videos. You'll see them kind of in the recommended videos below this one. If you have questions, watch those. If you have more questions, click the chat bubble in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Shoot us your question. Myself or someone from our team will work to answer that for you. So we'll see you in the next video.